last night I was at a mom's night and we were all talking about sports because a handful of us all have sons who play baseball and some of us have daughters who dance. And so we were just talking about where we go and, what team we're on, when our practice is. And we were just talking about it. And it was funny. My friend, she was like, it's such a bummer to me that you can't just really play for fun anymore. It feels like you can't switch between sports each season. You have to just pick something and stick with it. And for context, I have the oldest kids there and my oldest child is 8. So we were talking about some young kids. And honestly, I feel like this is true. For youth sports in particular, they are asking for such a high level of commitment for both time and money from parents and kids at such a young age. My daughter, she dances and does gymnastics just for fun, just weekly classes, nothing crazy. And we keep getting asked to put her on the team. And for context, for gymnastics for 1 month, she goes for 1 hour every single week. That already costs us close to $140 a month. They have asked her to join the team, which would be a higher level of commitment. So 2 practices a week. I think they're each 2 hours long. And then it's over $200 a month, maybe close to $300 a month. And that doesn't include the cost of competitions or the uniform she has to have, the bag, etc. And I keep saying no. And people keep saying, well, she's good. And if you're going to have her compete later in life, she has to start doing it now. And I said, she's 7. I'm not doing it. She is 7 years old. And I have found the same thing to be true for, baseball. For my son, for example, he likes baseball, but he only really wants to play rec right now. And he's on a team that is doing some travel and the games are getting longer. And I can tell that he's getting fatigued by it. He's not loving it as much as he used to. And it's such a bummer because I grew up in a household where sports were super important to both of my parents. And they essentially said, you have to play a sport every single season. I don't care what sport it is, but you are playing a sport every single season, basically until high school. And that is when you were expected to kind of double down on your sport, right? I said, okay, volleyball is my sport when I got to high school, and I played at the school and I played club, I played year round. But until high school, I didn't do that. I played softball, soccer, basketball, volleyball, I did everything. And they supported that, but it was important to them that we played. But the cost was not as significant back then. There was a lot more options when it came to recreational sports. For example, my son, he's in 3rd grade. They don't even have rec soccer for 3rd grade. You play travel, club, or nothing. There is no rec soccer. And so growing up, it was much easier to try sports for fun because the level of commitment and the cost wasn't so high. But also we didn't expect kids to decide what sport was going to be their future at 8. People are asking me is your son in a pitching clinic? Is he doing the winter? No, he's 8 years old. He likes playing baseball for fun, but I'm not going to do that to him. First and foremost, because it's incredibly expensive, but also because I don't think he's going to be a D1 baseball player. So I don't know that we need to. I don't know. I just think kids sports are getting really out of hand. And I really do think we have to push back on both the time commitment and the cost because it's bananas.